Welcome to our deep dive into the VC coin and history of the 1982 United States quarter dollar. Often simply referred to as a quarter, is a coin of significant historical and cultural interest, especially to collectors and historians alike. Issued by the United States Mint, this coin features a denomination of 25 cents, which is equivalent to 1/4 of a US dollar. The obverse front of the coin carries the enduring image of George Washington, the first president of the United States, facing left, a design that was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of his birth. The designer of this portrait was John Flanagan, a prominent sculptor of his time. Above Washington's head appears the word liberty, a foundational principle of American democracy echoing the same Enlightenment ideals as the French motto, Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité, meaning liberty, equality, brotherhood. Below his chin is the date of issue, 1982. And to the left appears the phrase, "In God We Trust." The national motto, officially adopted in 1956, these elements together reflect the strong constitutional and spiritual foundations of the nation. On the reverse back of the 1982 quarter, you will find the image of a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, clutching a bundle of arrows symbolizing military readiness, and an olive branch beneath symbolizing a preference for peace, a duality that reflects the balanced governance and international posture of the United States. This reverse design had been in place since 1932 and is rich in symbolism, harkening back to Roman iconography and Enlightenment values. Around the edge are the inscriptions United States of America and quarter dollar, as well as the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, which translates to out of many, one, highlighting unity among diversity, a concept that aligns ideologically with the French fraternité. Interestingly, though the French phrase liberté, égalité, fraternité, was never formally adopted by the U.S., these ideas found similar expression in the American values and coinage. The eagle itself could be compared to the stylized symbolism found in Pierre Rodier Le Gruffuel's French coin designs, which often blended realism with abstract, poetic representations of national strength and civic unity. The 1982 quarter was struck at various mints, including the Philadelphia No Mint mark in Denver marked D mints. Notably, the U.S. Mint did not issue proof sets or uncirculated collector sets in 1982 due to a budget crisis, which has made high-grade specimens of this year's coin rare in mint condition. Collectors therefore consider 1982 quarters with strong luster or minimal wear especially desirable. The composition of the coin was copper-nickel clad, meaning it consists of an inner core of pure copper sandwiched between outer layers of copper-nickel alloy. Its diameter is 24.26 millimeters, thickness 1.75 millimeters, and it weighs 5.67 grams, featuring a reeded edge. The coin does not contain any silver. Silver content had been removed from regular issue quarters after 1964 due to rising bullion prices and changing economic policy. Economically, the quarter played a vital role in everyday transactions and vending machines during the 1980s. Historically, the early 1980s in the United States were marked by economic recession, high inflation, and the beginning of Reagan-era fiscal reforms. The quarter as a coin thus existed not just as a piece of currency but as a tool within a larger economic system in flux. In this context, symbols like liberty took on renewed meaning, as debates about freedom, federal power, taxation, and civil liberties surged throughout American society. Though designed long before Le Griffel's French coins, the U.S. quarter of 1982 can be understood within a shared transatlantic philosophical framework. Both American and French coinage carry iconography rooted in Enlightenment ideals and classical symbolism, while Le Griffel's coins like the French franc and centimes often featured Marianne, the personification of liberty and reason, and exuded a graceful yet idealistic portrayal of the Republic. American coinage leaned toward realism, focusing on founding fathers and institutional emblems like the eagle, yet both styles aimed to visually preserve the moral and philosophical identity of their respective republics. While Le Griffel favored flowing lines and minimalist symbolism, the quarter's design is more formal and stoic, in keeping with early 20th century American aesthetic sensibilities. In summary, the 1982 quarter dollar of the United States stands as more than just a monetary artifact. It is a physical symbol of national identity, reflecting the values of liberty, trust, unity, and strength. Though it does not bear the French motto, Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité directly, its engraved words and emblems echo those sentiments. The coin holds particular significance for collectors due to the absence of mint sets that year, and its artistry, while different in style from Le Griffel's French masterpieces. The next up top to the 1983 quarter dollar coin of the United States of America, bearing the familiar phrases Liberty, In God We Trust, and United States of America, holds both historical and numismatic importance. However, when this American coin is referenced using the French Revolutionary motto Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité, and attributed to Le Griffel, it opens up a fascinating narrative intersection between American and French ideals. Artistic contributions, and a possible mix-up or reinterpretation in the public imagination. To fully understand the layered references to liberty, égalité, fraternity, republic, and le griffel on a coin marked 1983 and described as a $quarter, we need to unpack the symbolic history, design features, political context, and global influences that converge in the world of coinage. Let's begin with the basic numismatic facts. The 1983 U.S. $quarter was part of the Washington Quarter Series, which began in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first President of the United States. The obverse front of the 1983 quarter features a profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, an American sculptor. Above Washington's head appears the word liberty, a founding American principle that also resonates globally, especially in the context of revolutionary France. The national motto, "In God We Trust," appears to the left, and the year of mintage, 1983, is struck below Washington's image. The reverse back of the coin depicts an eagle with outstretched wings, perched on a bundle of arrows, with 2 olive branches beneath it, a traditional emblem of strength and peace. Encircling the eagle are the inscriptions United States of America and $quarter. The coin is composed primarily of copper nickel clad and was struck at various U.S. mint facilities. Although the 1983 quarter is particularly known for not being released in mint sets, making it more difficult to find in higher uncirculated grades. Now let us delve deeper into the phrase "Le but égalité, fraternité," the national motto of France, which means liberty, equality, brotherhood. This slogan originated during the French Revolution and expresses the universal values of democracy, civil rights, and communal harmony. While this motto is not present on any official U.S. coin, it is conceivable that in popular, artistic, or thematic reinterpretations, the U.S. $quarter could be imagined or reissued with French-inspired idealism, especially in commemorative or fantasy coins. This is possibly where confusion or reinterpretation with a figure like le griffel enters the scene. Pierre Rodier le Griffel, though not officially associated with US mint coins, is a French sculptor and medalist known for designing coins for the Money de Paris Mint, including various French franc and centime pieces, particularly the 5, 10, and 20 centimes featuring the allegorical image of Marianne, a symbol of the French Republic. Le Griffel's style, neoclassical, elegant, and imbued with Republican symbolism, has a visual similarity with many global coinage styles, especially when viewed from a lens of shared Enlightenment ideals. If someone sees a coin marked with both the phrase liberté, égalité, fraternité, and the name le griffel, it's likely a French coin rather than a U.S. quarter. However, this blending in public perception may lead some to misattribute such design elements to American coins, especially if seen online or in souvenir collections. It is important to note that no officially minted 1983 U.S. quarter contains either the French national motto or the name La Griffel. The interplay between the American and French revolutionary heritages is nonetheless historically significant. The American and French revolutions were ideologically intertwined, and both nations enshrined values of liberty and human rights into their national mythologies and iconography. While the U.S. Mint typically adheres to American mottos like E pluribus unum and In God We Trust, some special issues or artistic coin reinterpretations, especially in fantasy coins or collector art pieces, may merge iconographic traditions from different republics. A person encountering a quarter marked with liberty, égalité, fraternity, and le griffel might be handling either a fantasy strike, a foreign coin misread, or a private commemorative issue, not an official U.S. Mint production. There is also the broader context of coin collecting and numismatic curiosity, where people around the world develop interest in unique, hybrid, or historically themed coins. Collectors sometimes stumble upon modified or reimagined coins, known as fantasy coins, which are not legal tender but serve as artistic or political expressions. It is plausible that a commemorative token or artistic piece, perhaps designed by an independent engraver or small mint, may feature Washington's portrait alongside French Republican ideals, blending American libertarian iconography with French Enlightenment mottos, an ideological marriage of two revolutionary republics. These tokens may be made for collectors, educational use, or as part of themed sets. The 1983 Washington Quarter, when kept within its historical and official U.S. Mint context, is notable for its scarcity and high grades. That year, the Mint did not issue uncirculated coin sets, making mint condition examples harder to obtain. This has made the 1983P and 1983D quarters desirable for collectors, especially in MS65 or higher grades, and examples with strong strikes or mint errors, such as off-center strikes or double dies, command even greater attention. However, the composition remains unchanged from other post-1965 quarters, being copper-nickel clad over a pure copper core, with a reeded edge dot. In conclusion, while the 1983 United States $quarter is a well-known and widely circulated American coin, its association with the French motto Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité, the term Republic, and the artist Le Griffel is not historically or officially accurate in a U.S. numismatic sense. Such associations more likely point to either a French coin, a misattribution, or a fantasy or commemorative issue that blends cultural symbolism. This kind of mix-up is not uncommon in global numismatics, especially when coins from different countries are placed side by side in casual markets or online platforms. Regardless of origin, these motifs speak to the enduring power of revolutionary ideals and the role of currency as both economic tool and bearer of national identity. The next up, top 3, the 1995 quarter dollar coin from the United States of America, is a piece of circulating currency bearing a denomination of 25 cents. Part of the long-running Washington quarter series, which began in 1932. The obverse front of the coin features the left-facing bust of George Washington, the first president of the United States, designed by John Flanagan. Inscribed above the bust is the word liberty, with the national motto, "In God We Trust," appearing to the left of Washington's profile, and the mint year 1995 displayed prominently below, while the official U.S. motto is "In God We Trust." The phrase liberté, égalité, fraternité, meaning liberty, equality, fraternity, originates from the French Republic and is not an official motto of the United States. However, symbolically invoking this French revolutionary motto can metaphorically suggest a shared Western democratic heritage between nations like the U.S. and France. On the reverse side of the coin, the design depicts a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, clutching a bundle of arrows in its talons and an olive branch beneath, a traditional symbol of strength and peace. Above the eagle is the text United States of America, with the motto E pluribus unum, out of many, one positioned below it, and the denomination quarter dollar written at the bottom. The coin has a reeded edge, a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, a weight of 5.67 grams, and is made of a copper-nickel clad composition over a pure copper core, though not rare in the numismatic world due to high mintage numbers over 1.1 billion from the Philadelphia and Denver mints combined. Certain variations such as off-center strikes, double dies, or coins in mint state condition, graded MS65 or higher, may attract collectors. The reference to Republic and Le Griffel seems to be a symbolic or artistic blending of American and French cultural or revolutionary imagery. Le Griffel possibly a nod to Laurent. Le Griffel, a French designer known for coin art and stylized motifs, doesn't apply historically to U.S. quarters but may be creatively interpreted to represent a fusion of Republican ideals and modern design aesthetics. While this 1995 quarter doesn't carry French inscriptions, the universal themes of liberty and unity are deeply embedded in its design. The coin serves both as currency and as a miniature monument to American democratic values, making it a humble but enduring artifact of national identity. In collector circles, these quarters are still widely available, but mint, errors, proof versions, or pristine uncirculated examples continue to capture attention in auctions or coin shows. Overall, the 1995 quarter, though common, is rich in symbolism, history, and artistic tradition, a quiet but powerful reminder of how small objects can reflect the grand ideals of a republic.